What's up, guys? I'm Caroline and I'm here with my really good friend Kaili. We're in Ames where I went to school, where Kaili currently goes to school. And today the video that I wanted to shoot is kind of focusing on balancing training with life as a student. You know, we were both full-time students. We also worked jobs on the side. So kind of the focus needed for school, which was our main priority and is our main priority, but then also how we worked training into that as well. So just to kind of briefly introduce Kaili, you can talk about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm a senior at Iowa State in journalism. I started out as a kinesiology major just because I really liked working with like fitness and athletes and stuff like that. Thought I wanted to go to PT school. Thought wrong. Yeah, so I used to run a publication here at Iowa State. I kind of do that. Now I work at Meredith in Des Moines with Diabetic Living magazine. But yeah, I basically have looked up to Caroline in all aspects since, what, like 2 years ago?
We met each other 2 years ago and became fast friends ever since.
Now we're here.
We met in the gym because we both sought each other out as two girls lifting heavy weights, which, you know, those types of girls kind of stick together. So we held each other close when we saw each other there. But Kaili is an amazing athlete and she does a lot for one person, and I really look up to you too as a friend. So I think that she's a great example of how to balance work and training. So for me, I got into fitness in a very weird way. I was studying in a music conservatory, such a random place to start lifting weights. But I moved back to my hometown and I started competing with a powerlifting gym, which was a very tight-knit community. I learned a lot, got into competitions, was sort of going to a community college for a couple years, balancing training really seriously, and then I transferred to Iowa State where I kind of got more serious with dietetics, but then kind of even ramped up my powerlifting training when I got here. So I pursued a double degree, so that took a lot of time, a lot of work, and then was also putting in, like at least 2.5 hour sessions in the gym every time I went, and I went 4 times a week, so you can do the math. So it was a lot of time, a lot of energy and work. Oftentimes, I know you would train super late. I would train sometimes till 10 o'clock at night.
Whenever you can fit it in.
Yeah, whenever you can fit it in between classes, lunch break, whatever. So that honestly takes a lot of stamina, a lot of mental focus, a lot of drive over a long period of time, because everybody knows you don't get strong overnight. It takes a lot of work. Unfortunately. Yeah. So just maintaining that focus for the long term, keeping that kind of fire a dimly burning one, not just this spark that blows out and burns out really quickly, is definitely a key part of that. So in terms of school and involvement and extracurriculars, work, stuff that I did personally, I definitely tried to create a good work-life balance with everything. Some days were definitely easier than others with that, but such is life as a busy college student, as we can all relate to. Some things I did, so I pursued a music degree with dietetics, so I was playing in orchestras, chamber groups. I had my own job. I had a quartet. We did weddings in the city that I lived in. For dietetics, I also worked at a hospital and did some writing for fitness on the side, so definitely balanced a lot of work, odd jobs and things. And then I was president of a student dietetic association on campus, so that was sort of my extracurricular within the university system. But you also did a lot, as you mentioned, with your magazine.
Yeah, so I'm a journalism major, but I don't have a double major. I do have a minor in psychology, but I first wrote for the paper at Iowa State, so the Iowa State Daily. I did that for a semester, which was really fun. I got to write about like physical and mental health, so that was a good kind of segue from health to journalism and kind of mixing them together. And then my sophomore year, I actually founded a new magazine on campus that focuses on nutrition, physical and mental well-being. and it's called Happy Strong Healthy. I was the editor-in-chief of that until I went to Australia for a semester and spent a lot of time just not really having a lot of responsibilities or worrying about much other than
down under.
Yeah, the beach, having fun, just like exploring, seeing new cultures. That was a really good time. And now that I'm back, I have a couple different jobs. I'm a waitress at an Italian restaurant. Like I said, I work for Meredith Corporation in Des Moines. That'll start here in a couple of weeks. And I'm also an ambassador for the journalism school at Iowa State. So I do a lot of other stuff aside from training, which has really helped me develop just into a more balanced person, which is kind of like the topic of today's video. So.
Exactly. And I think sometimes it's so important to really keep in perspective fitness as a whole, because really, what is your motivation? What is your purpose behind your workout? I mean, is it for a competition? If so, great, but that's still kind of a short-term goal, and you really have to think large, have your focus be large and think long-term. I know I try to engage in fitness and exercise for health, and that should always be the bottom line kind of driver, I think, for anyone, because with anything, too much of one thing becomes unhealthy very quickly, and then you can get into eating disorders, you can get into body dysmorphia, you can get into so many kind of problems that stem from what is normally thought of as a good thing. Yeah. So definitely important to keep your priorities in check as a student, especially, because when you're a student paying thousands of dollars for your education and for your diploma, I know it's a pretty piece of paper, but it was an expensive one. You have to think about what your main focus should be and what your main job is. So I think oftentimes students kind of put fitness in front of coursework or other
skip classes or push homework till after the gym, or just too focused on gym when there really is more to life.
Exactly. And I had days where I thought, oh gosh, if I didn't follow my coach's plan for me to a T, or if I had to skip a workout because I had to study for an organic chemistry exam, I would not perform as well on the platform. And that was a really kind of negative mentality to be in, and even though it was real for me in the moment, looking back, now I wish I hadn't stressed myself out over that. So definitely keep that in mind. If you're into fitness at any stage in your life, always keep your priorities in check and kind of reflect with yourself and always ask yourself, why am I doing this? Next, we're gonna hit the track, right?
Yeah, see you at the track. Too white for this. We're too white. I know when I'm late. Woo! You know, you're lazy when you have to park and you're complaining about having to walk all the way around when you're about to go work out. So like this is any less difficult than what we're about to go do, but I'm still upset about it. Not too happy right now. What are we about to do? Oh wow, that was like very zoomed in. What are we about to go do?
We are about to go do plyos at the track.
Woo woo!
CM beat. Yeah, girl.
Killed it.
We're dead.
We're done.
We are done. Can I get a flex? Even though, you know, we didn't do upper body. Still necessary.